During the regular time of the church, the times outside of Lent and Christmas and Easter, it's called ordinary time. And during that time, which we're in now, the priest can choose any Mass in the Roman Missal to celebrate, any Mass at all that he feels compelled to celebrate. But every day, the church makes a recommendation on which Mass to celebrate. And that recommendation usually comes from the Scriptures. It's taken out of the Scriptures for the day. So if there is a theme in the Scriptures, the church would recommend a Mass that would be given to that. I'd like to follow those recommendations, and I do. I follow them every day. Well, today, the church recommends that we celebrate the votive Mass of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It's one of my favorite Masses. And it makes great sense because of today's gospel, the heart of Jesus, who says, "Come to me, all who are burdened and labor, and I will give you rest." That makes total sense. And it also gives us an idea of the mind of God. A few years ago, I got a call at the rectory to go to the hospital. Nurses called and said that there was a man who wanted to be anointed. So, of course, I dropped what I was doing and I went over to the hospital. And when I went to the room and knocked on the door, I expected an elderly man there. But when I looked into the room, it was a very young man. He was in his early 20s. And he was facing a serious operation, and his wife, his young wife, they were newly married, was all tense and concerned and a bit teary. In the sacrament of the sick, today's gospel is used when it's celebrated. "Come to me, all who are labored and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle." Well, when I said those words to that young man and his wife was there, it was very visible that when they heard those words, were relieved. "And I will give you rest." That made me think that those words are not relegated to people who are sick. I think that those words are for all of us. To hear that is soothing and it's refreshing. And it doesn't mean that we might be burdened with illness, but that we may be burdened with life or with a situation that we're handling or with a difficult relationship. Those words are relaxing, being refreshed, and I think those words are really from the heart of Jesus. Those words are really a sign of the kingdom of God.